Hello students, today we are going to learn equations of motion using graphical method. Now, what are the equations of motion? So, scientist Newton studied the motion of an object and he gave us set of three equations. These equations known as equations of motion. Out of these three equations, first we derive the first equation. This equation is equation describing the relation between velocity and time. So, to obtain this equation, we use this figure. This figure is graph. So, observe this graph here. On x-axis time is given and on y-axis velocity is given. Now, an object moving from point D. It starts from point D and reaches at point B. So, its initial velocity is u and at point B its final velocity v, and here time interval is t. After time t, object moves with initial velocity u and got final velocity v. So, I write the values here. Initial velocity u equal to, from graph u equal to OD. Similarly, final velocity equal to v equal to, from graph v equal to OC. That is point C. Time interval OE, that is t, and time equal to t equal to OE. Now, to get this equation, we have formula of acceleration. Formula for acceleration. We know acceleration equal to change in velocity divided by time. Change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity. Final velocity v minus initial velocity u and time t. So, a equal to, acceleration is denoted by a equal to v minus u divided by t. Now, from graph v equal to distance OC, v ची व्हॅल्यू लिहू आपण OC, u म्हणजे डिस्टन्स OD आणि टाइम t. आता बघा डायग्राम मध्ये OC मायनस OD बरोबर काय मिळेल CD. सो OC मायनस OD इक्वल टू CD divided by t. So, A equal to CD divided by t. Now, taking cross multiplication, we get CD equal to AT. याला म्हणू आपण 1, equation 1. Now, observe this line BE. B is parallel to y-axis and line DA or AD is parallel to x-axis. Now, from graph BE equal to BA plus AE. So, I write here. Now, from graph BE equal to BA plus AE. Now, what is the value of BE? B is length V. So, V equal to BA equal to CD plus AE means OD and OD ची length आहे U. So, V equal to CD, we got here CD equal to AT. So, I write AT in place of CD, AT plus U, that is V equal to U, आधी लिहू आपण U plus AT This is the first equation of motion. This equation known as Newton's first equation of motion. In this way, we got the first equation of motion. Now, we will obtain in this way second equation of motion. Second equation is equation describing the relation between displacement and time. Displacement and time. Now, in this way, we write here second equation. We got CD equal to 80. So मी लिहून ठेवते ते CD equal to 80 कारण हे परत आपण काढणार नाही, त्याची आपल्याला गरज पडणार आहे. This is the relation between displacement and time. So from graph, observe here displacement. Here S is the displacement, means distance between D to B. This is called the distance traveled, means displacement. Displacement denoted by letter S. And we learned in the last period, this distance traveled is equal to area of that particular quadrilateral. So here distance traveled from graph S is equal to distance traveled, that is displacement, S equal to area of particular quadrangle. Area of quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is known as quadrangle DOEB. And area of quadrangle DOEB बरोबर area of this quadrangle plus area of this triangle. We have seen in the last period. So I write here area of quadrilateral DOEA plus area of triangle DAB. Area of quadrilateral DOEB means क्या? DO length into breadth, BO into OE plus half into base into height, base as a DA into height AB. DO is the distance U and OE is the time interval T plus half AD is also time interval T into AB means CD, and we got here CD equal to 80. So I write here AB equal to 80 equal to UT, U into T, UT plus half T into T square and A means AT square. In this way, we got the equation S equal to UT plus half AT square, and this equation is known as second equation of motion. Newton's second equation of motion. In this way, we got from graph first equation and second equation. Now, in next part, we will obtain the third equation.